Hello everyone, welcome you all. Here I'm going to discuss BrahMos missile and Indian Brahmastra. I'll take the technical details of BrahMos missile and its inventory in India and its working. I'll also take the some videos of the this BrahMos missile and meanwhile I'll take the why it is called an Indian Brahmastra that will come to know by watching this video. The BrahMos name is a combination of the names of the Indian Brahmaputra and Russian Moskva rivers. It is a missile jointly developed by India and Russia, and that's why two rivers name combined and the name is given, that is the BrahMos. The BrahMos is a supersonic cruise missile. It is a travels at the speed of higher than the sound, that is a supersonic. And cruise missile, it will travel nearer to the ground, and that's why it is not easily detected by the enemy radars. That can be launched from land, sea, or air. Okay, it can be launched from all the surfaces. The BrahMos missile was first test fired on June 12, 2001 from the Integrated Test Range ITR in Chandipur, Odisha. And later onwards, the so many developments are taken place in BrahMos missile, and the upgraded missiles are presently using in the Indian Armed Forces. India successfully launched the extended range version of the BrahMos 2 missile in 2022 from a Su-30 MKI fighter aircraft. This is successfully launched the extended range in the 2022, that is a aircraft launched BrahMos missile. Features: warhead. The BrahMos carries a conventional or nuclear warhead weighing 200 to 300 kilograms. It is 440 to 660 ELB. Speed. The BrahMos can reach the highest speed of Mach 3. It can reach the cruise speed of Mach 3 highest. Range. The BrahMos has a range of up to 800 kilometers and BrahMos 2 has a range of 1500 kilometers, and which can reach the major cities of China and Pakistan. And here, by observing these ranges, you can think that the BrahMos missile can reach the China's Beijing and Pakistan Islamabad also. Guidance. The BrahMos uses variety of guidance systems, including wire guidance, command guidance, and laser guidance. That will be guides for the its reaching to the target. Flight. The BrahMos uses solid propellant booster engine in its first stage and a liquid ramjet engine in its second stage. It is a two-stage missile. Launch platform. The BrahMos can be launched from land, submarines, ships, aircraft, or a transporter erector launcher TEL. Variants. Anti-ship. The BrahMos has a variant for anti-ship roles. Land attack. The BrahMos has a variant for land attack roles. Air launched. The BrahMos has an air launched variant that can be carried from the Su-30 MKI. Uses. The BrahMos is used by the Indian Navy, Army, and Air Force, all the three armed forces. Here, inventory of the BrahMos in Indian armed forces we can see. Although the number of BrahMos missiles in operations is not in public domain. In the public domain, there is no availability of the whatever the BrahMos numbers are there in operations, but it is anticipated that the Indian Armed Forces may have an inventory of more than 1,200 to 1,500 BrahMos missiles inactive, because this is of the that armed forces should maintain their secret, and also that will be required, and that's why we will get from that some of the sources. It may have the 1200 to 1500 missiles in their inventory. Working, the BrahMos missile has two-stage propulsion system with solid propellant booster engine and a liquid fuel ramjet engine. The solid propellant booster engine accelerates the missile to supersonic speed and separates from it. The liquid fuel ramjet engine then propels the missile to its cruise speed. Then solid propellant booster is the first stage of the BrahMos missile, propels the missile to supersonic speed, separates from the missile after accelerating it to supersonic speed. Liquid fuel ramjet engine, the second stage of the BrahMos missile. A ramjet engine uses the forward motion of the vehicle to compress air and create thrust, and that I will discuss with a sketch later. Propels the missile to its cruise speed, which is close to Mach 3. That is the 3 times the more speed than the sound, responsible for the missile's sustained supersonic cruise. This liquid fuel ramjet engine will maintain the sustained supersonic cruise speed, and that is its responsibility. The missile uses kerosene based rocket fuel variant called T6. The warhead may be conventional, nuclear, or semi armor, piercing, and high explosive. This warhead. Here, this is a sketch of the that BrahMos missile, and the solid fuel what part is there, that is not taken here. That will be only for the shorter distance. It will boost the speed to the uh, cruise speed, and later that will be carried by the liquid propellant engine only, and that's why that part only we'll discuss here. Here at the top there is a tip of the missile and the cap usually present before the launching, and after launching that will be come out and falls, and after the tip it will be having the continuous rod warhead. Okay, the warhead, it may be conventional explosive, or it may be nuclear, or it may be a the armor, mixed armor, that one that will be present, and that whenever it will the tip will be hits to the target, it will pierce into it, and there is a fuse, and that will be initiate the ignition of this detonation, that warhead that will be get detonates, and it will be explodes. And here there is a electronics compartment, the electronics compartment which will be provides the control to the missile, and later air turbine hydraulic pump. Okay, this is the here the how the air turbine runs, that will take here. Already it's a ramjet engine, what is there, its specific nature is that whenever there is a large space where at the front the air will be enters and the flowing through the smaller space, and thereby it will be get compresses, its pressure will be increases, and that pressurized air will be enters here, and that will be used to run the this hydraulic pump and the fuel pump also. That is both are air turbine pumps, these turbines will run by the compressed air, and this will be hydraulic fluid it will supply, and it will supply the fuel, and there is a fuel tank. Okay, this will be so all around this rocket, around the circumference, and that will from the fuel tank it sucks the fuel, and through the line it will be supplied to the burner where the combustion actually it will be taking place. And there is pilot fuel injector, the pilot initially the fuel smaller quantity for the ignition it will be injects, and there the pilot burner where the initial burning will be taking place. And later onwards, the main fuel injectors are there which will inject the fuel, and the whatever the air required for the combustion, that will be supplied from that compressed air what will be entering into the missile. And here actually the combustion of the fuel will be taking place, and that will be releases the high temperature, high pressure flue gases. And those flue gases, whatever are there, those are at a higher pressure, and there is a flame holder also. The flame holder which holds the flame to escape and reach to the outer surface. And there, and the burn high pressure, high temperature flue gases that will be flowing through the nozzle. And here the it is a diverging section nozzle, it will be there, and thereby it will be high pressure kinetic energy. The air flue gases will be coming out of that one, and at the same thrust the missile will be flow or travel in the forward direction. And that is the whatever this actual operation how it will be taking place. When the high pressure uh, the flue gases what will be there, those are coming out of the nozzle, and thereby it will be providing the kinetic energy to travel this missile. And this we can see that it's submarine launched BrahMos missile, and that can travel at any distance. Here the cruise missile, that's why it should not go in the vertical direction only upwards, it will be suddenly turns and closer to the surface it will be travel. That is the cruise missile. And here we can see the one image that 90-degree steep turn recent launches. Recently in the month of January only there was one launch tested, and there the steep 90-degree turn taken place. Here we can see that a steep 90-degree turn taking place by the BrahMos missile. That is the its a specific nature or a feature what we are going to use in the BrahMos missile, and that can be used in the uh, different surfaces where its that nature is required. And as I'm telling that one, the BrahMos missile, as it can be launched from the any that is launching surface, it may be land, submarine, or it may be ship or aircraft, and it will turn at any angle up to 90-degree also. And already all we are aware about that in Jammu Kashmir as well as in Himalayan region where the China is sharing the boundary, and in Jammu Kashmir where the Pakistan is sharing the boundary, there those troops are at the higher altitude than the Indian troops, and there at the higher altitude when those troops are there, it was very difficult to reach them, and those are troops are hiding below behind the hills. And during the Kargil war, that difficulty Indian troops are faced, and because of that, the more casualties the India faced, and that's why later onwards only in 99 that difficulty India faced, and because of that only in the 2001 the BrahMos missile was developed and tested. And here it will be above the that whatever the hill is there, and above that one it will be reaches and turns and hits the target where it is required. And that is the reason we can say that it's the different its features, and it can reach to that target anywhere. That is the reason we can call it as a Brahmastra. The its main features what are there? Those features are the first one, its range, that is a 800 kilometer of the range, and BrahMos 2 having the 1500 kilometer, and its speed, the Mach 3 speed it can reach, and it is a cruise missile, and it can be launched from any surface, and also it can turn at any angle up to 90-degree, and all these features it made all the enemy countries to worry about it, and that is with the India, and that we can call as a Brahmastra till that all the countries okay thinking of that one how the Brahmastra this BrahMos missile is working, but that is again upgrading, and again it can be So, even though in the speed or range or some other features may be added in the future, okay, those can be inducted into the armed forces. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment.